Hello, my fellow explorers, and welcome back to another episode of No Sky Unexplored with your host, Captain Mayday. I hope everyone is ready for another adventure in the sky of another planet. The name of this planet is Alpha 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 dash 00000 dash Alpha Golf, or AG. This is a low atmo planet with zero fauna. The flora, there's only 6 of them, from Flora 61 to Flora 65. Might have found another one somewhere in there and just included it later on. Then we have 14 different minerals that I was able to discover from mineral 51 to mineral 63. Now, let's talk about the weather on this planet. The weather on this planet was extremely crazy. Okay, well, not really that crazy. It just it's a low atmosphere planet, so there's not much of this kind of weather that you were really kind of expecting. So it's eerily calm on this planet, and that's in the classification as well. The sentinels on this planet are missing, and usually that's kind of conducive with these kind of planets because you don't really have much fauna for them to be protecting and keeping track of and watching and everything like that. So yeah, there's just not much as far as sentinels on this planet. Hello everybody. So flora, it's deficient, which is just a fancy word for non-existent. Then flora is deficient. Fauna is devoid, which is another word for non-existent. So, yeah, that's just the way that goes. Some planets have it, some planets don't. And then as far as resources, the 3 primary resources of this planet are cobalt, rust metal, and cadmium. Now, cadmium being such a highly valued resource and cobalt being a really good resource to use for crafting. Rusted metal, not so much, but when you mix rusted metal with oxygen, it tends to help out with boosting your output, if you understand what I'm saying. If you're new and you don't understand what I'm saying, what I'm basically saying is you mix oxygen and rusted metal together and you get, you refine the rusted metal. You get pyrite dust. You take and run that pyrite dust through a medium to large refiner along with some oxygen, and kaboom, you got more rusted metal and at double the amount. So you're essentially doubling your pyrite dust. A good way to get a little loot there going. Man, I love the landscapes on this planet, though. It just looks amazing. Doesn't that look great? I really like that. Now, as far as economy, the data was unavailable, and the conflict level data was unavailable. Dominant life, unfortunately, this system is in an uncharted system, so there is no dominant life form. The planet's age is approximately 7.36 billion years, which is by far one of the older planets that we have found, along with, some of the other systems. I imagine there's a lot more planets out there that are even older than that, but I would definitely like to see a planet that is at least 30 to 40, if not more, billion years old. Atmosphere, not present. As we have already established, this planet is classified as a low atmosphere planet, so not much of an atmosphere. You can just see the sun scorching. That's hot. That just looks hot. And if it's far enough away from the sun, cold as heck. Now we're down to planet core, which is plutonium. Very valuable resource. Wish we could mine some of that, but we can't go but so many feet below the planet's surface, or so many meters. The geology is latticed. So it's latticed. I imagine that's a way to explain that would be, I guess, like the lattice you would have in a garden that you'd let ivy grow up. Lattice is usually a crisscross pattern. If the geography is crisscrossing, that must mean that the tectonic plates on this planet are in some sort of striation form, possibly. I don't know. I'm definitely not a geologist. So then we have any other notes that came along with the planet that were entered into the log is slow rotation. So that might explain why the planet doesn't have an atmosphere, is because of the slow rotation. It's not going to be able to retain any kind of mass of gases, whatever those gases are that are being released from the planet. Because it has a slow rotation, those gases pretty much don't have the gravitational force to keep them there, so they would leave the atmosphere, thus joining the rest of space. And that leads us on to the planetary review section of this video. We're going to start off with our creature variety. I'm going to have to give it a 1. You know, no animals. I mean, I'm not irritated there's no animals. It makes my job of discovering the planet a lot easier. But at the same time, I do like to see a variety of animals every once in a while. And then we have our mineral spread. The minerals, they were definitely a lot of minerals. And I mean, even though a lot of them did have a lot of the same characteristics externally, their internals is, you know, composition was a little different for a couple of them. So for minerals, I'm going to put this as a 6. So that's creature variety 1, minerals spread 6. And number of artifacts were very low. I had a hard time finding artifacts. Most of the maps would send me off-world, so there wasn't very good way for me to get that information. Other than, you know, the other planets apparently have plenty of artifacts. Number 4, we have settlement frequency. I gave that a 1. I was, again, unable to find a settlement on this planet because it would send me to other planets whenever I bought the planetary charts. So my thing is, I don't think there is a settlement on this planet. There probably is, and I'm just not close enough to it for my chart to reach it. Now, for number 5, we have for base building. So 5, I'm giving this a 6 because it is desolate, it is alone, it has got plenty of plateaus and mountains and deep valleys that you can build an array of all kinds of different bases and buildings and civilizations if you were able to. You know, this whole planet's just kind of got like a mysterious, out of the way kind of vibe, you know, like a backstreet planet kind of deal. And then we're on to number 6, which is the beauty. The beauty of this planet, I would give it a 7 because it does have that surrealness to it. The plateaus with the deep valleys does add kind of like this distant, kind of ominous view and feel to it. And then for number 7, we got for uniqueness. I gave it a 2 because I have seen other planets like this. This is not a very uncommon planet. It's, in fact, I would say it's quite common to run into a planet that's got this kind of eerie vibe to it. I mean, I appreciate the eerie vibe. I like it, but I don't think that this is unique enough to get a high score. And for 8, we have plant life. The plant life, I'm giving that a 2 as well. It's pretty much cave plant life, anything you would see on another planet just like this, you know, goes along with the uniqueness on that one. Survivability in position number 9, I'm giving that a rating of 5 because it's pretty easy to survive on a planet whenever it's barren and you're easy to see the resources, even though you do not have the added resources of carbon and a lot of the more common crafting materials that you would need in order to be able to do most of anything that you would need in building a base on this planet. And for number 10, land to ocean ratio, I'm giving a 1 because I did not find any water. So, I mean, it looks like there's water from space, but there's not. That gives this overall planetary review a 4. So this planet is going with a rating of 4. So that's pretty much it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. And if you want to see more content like this, I have more videos on my channel, so please go over there. Well, my fellow explorers, thank you for joining me today as we explored the unknown, and join me next time as we explore planet Alpha 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 dash 0000 dash Alpha Foxtrot. That's AF. I got to actually start giving these things nicknames, but we're going to be exploring that next time. This is your guide, Captain Mayday, signing off.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.